71 million American households own a dog. Most spend $200 to $400 a year on flea prevention alone, feeding an industry now worth over $8 billion. Before 1970, none of these products existed. Yet Amish farm dogs across Pennsylvania and Ohio managed fine, with a layered system built around something that costs $4 a gallon. The question isn't whether apple cider vinegar works, it's what else we forgot. Every month, millions of dog owners squeeze liquid onto their pet's neck or feed them a flavored chewable. It is an automatic ritual, a monthly tax paid to prevent the sudden, rhythmic thumping of a leg scratching against floorboards. We have normalized the idea that keeping a companion animal flea-free requires a continuous pipeline of synthetic chemicals. Today, global pharmaceutical giants like Zoetis, Elanco, and Boehringer Ingelheim compete for this highly lucrative, recurring revenue, transforming a seasonal household nuisance into a permanent line item on the family budget. When a home is compromised, the immediate response is a panic buy of veterinary strength treatments or an expensive call to a professional exterminator. The modern pet care market is engineered entirely for this type of quick, single-product intervention. But this total reliance on high-priced chemical barriers has obscured a simpler, older reality. Before the era of patent-protected active ingredients, managing pests on a working farm dog was not a transactional purchase. It was a daily, integrated practice of environmental hygiene. Understanding how rural families maintain this balance for generations requires looking past the commercial pharmacy counter and into the homesteads that never adopted the monthly subscription model. For more than 2 centuries, households across the Amish farm country of Pennsylvania, Ohio, Indiana, and Wisconsin have kept a staple on their pantry shelves that has nothing to do with modern pet stores. Raw apple cider vinegar was never regarded as a miracle cure. Instead, it was a practical necessity, relied upon for preserving the autumn harvest, disinfecting dairy barns, and keeping livestock healthy through long winters. This same household utility extended naturally to the working animals of the farm. Families in these rural communities kept beagles for hunting, German shepherds for herding, and Labrador mixes to guard the homestead. These dogs lived outdoors, running through high grass, muddy pastures, and woodlots where pests thrived. To keep them comfortable, families integrated them into the farm's sanitation routine. After a wash, the dogs were misted with a hand-pumped spray of equal parts apple cider vinegar and water. On hot summer days, farmers also added a small splash of the amber liquid directly into the outdoor drinking troughs. This was not an emergency cure to rescue an infested animal, but a preventive habit. It was a quiet, low-cost discipline passed down through generations of families who managed their homesteads by using the simple resources already inside their kitchens. To understand why this kitchen staple works, look at the chemistry of a dog's skin. A healthy dog has a skin pH between 6.2 and 7.4, remarkably neutral, even slightly alkaline. Raw apple cider vinegar is highly acidic, registering between 2.5 and 3. Spraying a diluted mixture onto a dog's coat temporarily lowers this surface pH, creating a brief acidic shield. Fleas are highly sensitive to their environment. When the skin shifts toward acidic, it becomes highly unfavorable. Then there is the smell. Acetic acid, the compound that gives vinegar its sour bite, is a documented insect deterrent. Fleas rely on olfactory cues to locate a host, and the sharp vapor of acetic acid interferes with these signals. But there is a clear scientific boundary. While vinegar has broader antimicrobial properties, direct peer-reviewed evidence testing apple cider vinegar specifically against fleas remains limited. It cannot kill fleas or disrupt their life cycle. It is simply a mild deterrent that makes the dog an unattractive target. An acidic coat does not stop an active infestation. Apple cider vinegar only repels adult fleas. It cannot kill them. The entire developmental cycle of the parasite remains completely untouched. Eggs laid on the dog slide off into carpets, bedding, and soil, where they hatch into larvae and spin into resilient pupae. Vinegar does nothing to neutralize these hidden populations. Veterinary platforms like PetMD clarify that any protective benefit comes strictly from scent and surface acidity, not actual insecticidal power. When an infestation takes hold, or when a dog suffers from flea allergy dermatitis, relying on kitchen ingredients alone is a recipe for failure. Severe outbreaks demand professional treatment. One bottle of vinegar cannot rescue a home that is already overrun, because a single bottle was never meant to stand alone. The true Amish approach is not a single product cure, but a 5-layer system of environmental discipline. The coat spray serves only as layer 1, a temporary shield on the animal. To target the rest of the life cycle, families turn to food-grade diatomaceous earth. Dusting this fine powder into floor cracks and barn corners provides a physical desiccant. Its microscopic silica particles abrade and dehydrate flea exoskeletons on contact. For floorboards, rugs, and bedding surfaces where flea eggs and larvae hide, fine salt is spread to draw out moisture and collapse their environment. Near sleeping quarters, bundles of dried lavender, rosemary, and mint are hung or tucked away, utilizing plant-based terpenes to deter adult pests. The final backbone of this routine is relentless physical labor, daily sweeping, washing, and rotating bedding, combined with keeping outdoor grass short. By applying continuous, layered pressure across every square inch of the homestead, these families manage pests without a single synthetic chemical. During the 1970s and the 1980s, the pet care industry began offering a simpler promise: convenience in a bottle. Early powders and dusty sprays using synthetic pyrethrins gave way to a massive technological shift. In 1996, the introduction of Frontline, formulated with fipronil, established the highly profitable spot-on category. Suddenly, keeping a dog flea-free required only a single monthly drop. By the 2010s, this model evolved into highly palatable oral chewables like NexGard and Simparica Trio. Today, this oral treatment segment alone commands over $3 billion annually. These fast-acting products rely entirely on a monthly repurchase cycle, training consumers to buy a new dose every 30 days. It is a recurring transaction that contrasts sharply with traditional farm economics. A gallon of raw apple cider vinegar costs roughly $4, and a 5-pound bag of food-grade diatomaceous earth runs about $12, with both lasting for months. Yet, the convenience of a single monthly pill easily displaced the labor-intensive 5-layer routines of the past. As modern veterinary medicine consolidated around these recurring chemical shields, Amish households quietly remained outside this high-margin subscription loop, maintaining their farms without the monthly bill. This layered system has a clear place on the modern homestead. For routine maintenance and mild prevention, these traditional practices are highly effective and keep annual costs to a minimum. But a responsible owner must know where the boundary lies. If a dog suffers from flea allergy dermatitis, or if a home faces a severe infestation, natural deterrents will fail. When pests threaten to transmit tapeworms or blood-borne pathogens like Bartonella, veterinary-grade treatments are absolutely necessary. Apple cider vinegar is not a miracle cure-all, and it does not replace modern medicine. The real value of the traditional approach is not about total rejection of pharmaceuticals, but about using daily hygiene and natural barriers to reduce our heavy reliance on monthly chemical interventions. As we outsource pet health to recurring monthly chemicals, we lose a deeper connection to our animals and our land. True self-reliance is not found in a box. It is practiced daily in the yard and the home. What traditional remedies do you still trust? Share your thoughts below.